$15,000 a month as a DoorDash driver. Seems impossible, right? You would have to be in the best city, working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, averaging $28 an hour. And that's exactly why that's not how I've done this. Let's start from the beginning. 3 years ago, I was in one of the most unhappy situations in my life. I was a KFC manager. I had just been given my own store and was the youngest manager in the company. I was overworked and underpaid, and for those of you who have worked in fast food before, you guys can relate to this. I was working 60 to 80 hours a week at a rate of $14 an hour. Yeah. Pretty disgusting, right? I was actually making such little money from 2018 to March of 2020 that on the side, I would go out and DoorDash. So after I was done closing up my store, I would head out at around 10 or 11 and DoorDash for a couple of hours just to make some extra money. Back then, DoorDash pay wasn't very good, and I was happy if I could make $16 an hour. This was actually crazy to me at the time because I would make more per hour as a DoorDash driver, a mindless job where I wasn't controlled, than I would running an entire fast food restaurant. And after months and months of me doing this, one day it just hit me. I was meant to do something else. There had to be something more out there. So one night I closed up my KFC, texted my boss that I was done and that he'd need to find a new manager. Now this leads me into the premise of this video. How from that point forward, I've been able to build a $15,000 a month income off of being a DoorDash driver. And there's actually 4 steps I took that anyone else can take as well to achieve this, because these 4 things apply outside of DoorDash and really can apply to any industry. So what I'm going to do is relate these 4 things to DoorDash and then relate them to broader topics so that anyone who doesn't want to be involved in DoorDash can still take these things and apply them to their own thing. And then at the end, I will break down exactly how I'm getting to that $15,000 a month. So the first thing I did was I quit my crap job. I was stuck in a rut, and a lot of people in America are in this same position. They're working jobs that give them no fulfillment and that make them completely miserable. This is the first step to doing anything in regards to growing your income. You have to get out of the mindset of working for someone or working that steady 9-to-5 job. Because if you stick to that, then there's no higher income potential. You are stuck making that set salary, that set wage. Unless you work super hard, you can get little promotions here and there or little raises here and there throughout the years. But being your own boss, working as an independent contractor, you get to set those barriers on yourself in regards to what your earning potential can be. You can figure out ways to grow your income. Instead of being stuck having someone else tell you what you're worth, you can find that out for yourself in the economy and on the fair marketplace. And that's how in just a couple years, I've grown from only making like $2,000 a month to $15,000 a month where I'm at today. At a normal job, you would not be able to do this. There really isn't a job out there that I can think of where you can 7x your income in just 2 or 3 years. But working for yourself, working really hard, this is possible, and you can even grow it past 7 times the amount. Maybe you can 10x your income in that amount of time. Really, the possibilities are endless. So after I quit my job, I went really hard at being a DoorDash driver. I liked this because there was a lot of freedom involved. I could work however many hours I wanted. For me, that wasn't really a problem. I was used to working 60 to 80 hours a week anyway at something that was pretty grueling. And so I just transitioned that over into working 60 hours a week as a DoorDash driver, which was a whole lot easier, and it really didn't even feel like work. I could just go out and drive around, listen to podcasts, listen to YouTube videos, and be making money along the way. And because I was working so much as a DoorDash driver, I became an expert in that industry. I was learning all the tips on how to make more money. I was learning when the best times of day were to go out, the different little tricks you could do to grow your hourly pay, and all sorts of stuff. So I became an expert in that industry, which is the second step. After you quit that crap job that you don't want anymore, you need to find something that you enjoy doing and something that doesn't really feel like work to you. And then you can become an expert in that industry. And it's not even hard to do because you enjoy doing it so much. It's not hard to put in those 60 to 80 hour work weeks because once again, you don't even feel like you're working if you're enjoying it. So once I became an expert as a DoorDash driver, I transitioned into making content about it and documenting my journey, giving tips and tricks along the way, things I was learning, giving new Dashers out there the things I had learned across my years of experience. I now have 5 years of experience as a DoorDash driver. I've basically been through all the ups and downs, all the pay changes, all the crap that comes with being a DoorDash driver. I've been through it, and so I can relay these messages to brand new DoorDash drivers so that they can hopefully make more money from watching my channel. And so that's actually the third step that I took, was once you become an expert in a specific industry, you need to start making content about it. Because we are in the midst of one of the greatest opportunities ever in regards to content. That's where people spend their most time, is on their phone, on social media, watching YouTube videos. And so if you're not taking taking advantage of it, then you're just missing out on a huge opportunity. But don't just make garbage content. What you should be doing is documenting your life, or documenting you doing things you're interested in, or relaying information to people who might not know those things because you've been doing it longer than them. So that's the best way to start off. And I promise you right now, it's one of the biggest opportunities I see on how to make more money. And so this is something I took advantage of. I'm grateful I did start when I did in 2020, because the longer you wait to start, the more you're missing out on opportunity. I wish I would have started off when I was 18, first starting out as a DoorDash driver, and I'd be even further along ahead in my content journey. So the sooner you can start, the better. Get good at it. And this step was really the key to me being able to grow my income to $15,000 a month. And then the next and final step I took was I kind of just repeated steps 1 and 2, to be honest with you. I stopped DoorDashing as much. I'm still on my journey to becoming an expert in the field of content creation, but that's really where I'm leaning towards right now. And so I did step 1, I took a step back from DoorDash, and then I'm in the midst of step number 2. I'm becoming an expert in this industry, and then I can start making content about that, and that leads into step number 4, which is make content for other people. And if that's not something you're interested in, then start making content centered around getting you more business. Now, as a DoorDash driver, that's going to be pretty hard, but you can stem businesses off of learning that content creation. And so whether that's a business to drive customers to you, or whether that's making content for other businesses, this is a huge opportunity in the marketplace right now, because there's just a lot of people who own companies that are older. They don't really get how to do it. They don't understand the potential that is involved with making content. And so this opportunity might only last for a couple more years, because people are starting to catch on to just how valuable this is. So all of these 4 steps stemmed from me being a DoorDash driver and figuring out multiple ways I could monetize that aspect of me being a DoorDash driver. So they all stemmed from that. And it still does, really, because my channel would not be where it is without DoorDash. I would not have created the skills I needed to start my other business of making content for other people if it wasn't for me getting started as a DoorDash driver and making this content. So now let me break down exactly how much I'm making and the 4 streams of income I have that are getting me to that $15,000 a month. So to start off right off the bat, obviously you guys know DoorDash and gig work. I still incorporate that as much as I can, and I make about $2,500 a month off of that. The next stream of income, which is definitely my biggest as of right now, is YouTube and sponsorships, and combined those make me $6,750 a month. Now, I'm actually really lucky to have a main sponsorship of this channel, which, as you guys know, is the Solo app. If you want to download that app because you're a DoorDash driver and you need some great tools, they got everything you need. So I'm going to leave the link for it down below in the description, and when you sign up, you're going to be getting a bonus $10 just from using that link. So I'm super grateful to them for having sponsored my channel. And that's a huge thing. Once you start making content and you start getting subscribers and followers, brands will reach out to you and start paying you to put them in your videos. And so over the course of the past year, I've made like $45,000 from YouTube alone, which is an average of $3,750 a month. And then those sponsorships that I get come out to around $3,000 per month as well. So that is a great income source that I have right now, and I'm super grateful for any of the sponsorships that have reached out to me. And my next income stream, which is starting to get close to surpassing my YouTube income, is the new company that I'm in the works of getting started, and it's More Media. It's a media company that I'm trying to start. As you guys know, I already have my first client, Justin Johnston. I run his entire YouTube channel, and I'm actually on the podcast with him every single week. And he's an expert real estate broker who deals with commercial real estate. And so it's been great working with him and giving him all the tools he needs to make better content. And so from that, I've been making $6,000 a month. So all in all, that totals up to $15,250. And that's not even including what I'm able to do with real estate. So if you add that on top of it, it comes out to be more around like $22,000 a month, but that didn't really stem off of DoorDash. So that's why I'm not really incorporating it in this video. But all those things that I mentioned, they're able to grow and earn more money without you necessarily putting in more work. Because they're results-based income, the possibilities are really endless. And that is what I'm really trying to push right now, is you have to be able to detach your time from the amount of income you can make. Because I think right now the world is getting to a pretty crazy spot. And if you're not able to make a lot of money without working for someone else, then I think things are going to get really tough for you with all the inflation, all the AI stuff going on, and just all the stuff going on in the world right now. I think there has never been a more important time to learn these things and start working for yourself. So hopefully you got something from this video. Hopefully it motivates you and shows you guys the possibilities that are out there in just a few short years, how much you can actually grow your income. If you enjoyed this video or learned something, make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate all you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.